yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked?
I do think that works, Dr. Kirk Adams, and I think we have some extraordinary people to introduce today. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for everyone to meet each other. It's a great group.
Perfect. Let's do it. First, from Atlanta, Georgia, founder and CEO of a nationally represented firm that supports organizations, institutes, and agencies in securing, managing, and complying with federal grants. Federal grant management expert with experience overseeing more than $300 million in funding, delivering training, compliance, assessments, and post-award consulting to optimize systems and ensure audit readiness. Certified woman-owned business leader, widely recognized for her expertise as a trusted advisor and trainer across nonprofit, education, and government sectors. Let's welcome to the show, Patrice Davis. Hello, Patrice.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And Patrice, after each introduction, I forgot to say this in the green room, is we have an opportunity to share a fun fact. And this is like a headline fun fact, like a 10-second fun fact, like, I learned to surf, ski, and scuba dive from a blind man. We are not telling the story from the first time I went scuba diving to the last time I went scuba diving, because then we'd all be here till next Monday. And I think we got other things to do. So Patrice, and this could be something you're proud of, something cool that you've done, just something that you'd like the group to know about you. So Patrice, what is your fun fact?
Fun fact that I once kissed a stingray while I was in the Cayman Islands.
Patrice, I might have just done that last week. That is amazing. And Patrice, when were you kissing stingrays in Grand Cayman?
This is, I think, 2018 or 2018 or so.
2018 or 2019. Patrice is kissing stingrays.
There's a strong Grand Cayman thread through all this, Patrice. You'll have to learn about later.
Okay, cool.
Sean has been, we just got back Sunday. Sean has been to Grand Cayman 38 times.
Oh, wow.
Takes his family there every single summer.
Wow.
we just got back. So Patrice, welcome to the Heart of Influence. It's not going to be quite as tropical as the Caribbean islands, but we might have a little bit of fun today. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's do it. From Lakeline, Florida, an award-winning actress, singer, songwriter, voiceover artist, and TV host with a powerful presence across entertainment mediums, serves as a CEO of multimedia production company, and is a transformational speaker, author, developing original content for film and television, based in Lakeline, Florida, with a mass communications degree and numerous entertainment honors earned throughout Florida. Let's welcome to the show, Stephanie Sanders. Stephanie, welcome to the Heart of Influence. And what is your fun fact?
My fun fact would have to be that I used to break dance and pop lock.
Break dance and what?
Pop lock.
Pop block?
Pop lock. It was another dance that kind of coincided with the break dancing. So yeah, I used to spin around on the floor on my back and all that good stuff.
Stephanie is breakdancing and that other thing that you said that I'm still not sure of. But Stephanie, maybe we'll see some breakdancing moves later. Maybe not, but are you ready to have some fun?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
All right, let's do it. Rolling with Stephanie and Patrice from Marlboro, New Jersey. Environmental strategists focus on non-toxic air quality, mold remediation, a surface solution to create healthier, more sustainable spaces. Veteran, 28 years in security electronics and international business, driving innovation in clean technology and preventative solutions that protect people and the planet. Believes purposeful action and working hard can transform public health and clean technology, building a better world for future generations. Let's welcome to the show, David Saggio.
David, this is Kirk. Did you move to New Jersey?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm from Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Well, that is, I will get the team to correct that. Danny, if you could send a message to the team to make sure they correct that, I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure we have that right in our system. And so, David, what is your fun fact?
Fun fact, grew up with 4 older sisters and I'm the only boy. So I didn't have bathroom privileges. So I learned to be creative in a very important issue in our health. So maybe that's what primed me.
Maybe that is what primed you. That is too funny, David. I cannot even imagine being a boy in an all-girl house, but sounds like you have some stories to tell.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love the smell of nail polish. I know.
That is awesome. David, are you ready to have some fun?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. Coming from Atlanta, Georgia, VP of Client Solutions, revising Fortune 500 across tech, healthcare, bleeding behavioral science, and analytic to drive decisions, confidence, and market growth. 30 plus years in research and insight veteran, formerly specialized in pricing, brand positioning, innovative testing, and customer journeys. 2023 president of a worldwide company leading healthcare insights global board and board with a focus on education, equality, and patient-centered innovation. Let's welcome to the show, Bill Soliker.
Hello. Nice to be here.
Bill, welcome to the Heart of Influence. And your fun fact.
So my fun fact, and it is one that I have been able to use in countless versions of Two Truths and a Lie, is when I was in 2nd grade, I got to ride on the Goodyear blimp Mayflower.
Oh!
And so I'm one of the few folks that's actually been on a blimp. And even though I was very young when I wrote it, I still have vivid memories of being over Miami, Florida, which is where I grew up and where I did the ride. At one point, the captain just turned off the engine and let us float. And it was so quiet. And of course, the big hope was the engine's going to come back on, right? And it did. But yeah, it was a great experience. And it's one of those things that I think very few people, relatively, a small proportion, have actually been in a blimp.
Wow, that is so super cool. Bill, thank you so much for sharing that. That is a super cool fun fact. And are you ready to have some fun on the Heart of Influence?
I am, yes.
Awesome. Let's do it. Let's introduce from Harrisburg, PA, proven accessibility leader with over 20 years driving enterprise-wide initiatives, seemingly embedding inclusive practices into digital products, procurement processes, and organizational culture. Expert in designing and leading transformational programs that elevate web and mobile experience for people with disabilities, seniors, and other valuable populations. Respected advocate and educator who build strong communities of practice, raises awareness, and empowers team to create accessible, user-friendly experiences for all. Let's welcome to the show, Ellen Rose Strum.
Thank you for having me.
Hello, Ellen, and your fun fact, please.
My first job out of college was for a travel assistance company. And one of the first things that I had to do was look for a lost traveler in Tahiti by phone. Unfortunately, I found this lost traveler had already been buried because in Tahiti, they didn't do balming at that point in time. I don't know if that's changed now, but that was not a fun call home.
That does definitely does not sound like a very fun call home, Ellen, and quite a radical fun fact. And so glad that you're here with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And are you ready to have some fun?
I am.
Awesome. Let's do it. And Dr. Kirk Adams, thank you for bringing all of these extraordinary people together today. And my team has not put your bio on the sheet. And I do not have it memorized. So what would you like to share with this group about who you are and what do you want them to know about you?
I would like you to know I am in Seattle, Washington. I am Dr. Kirk Adams due to a PhD in leadership and change. I am immediate past president and CEO of the American Foundation for the Blind. Prior to that, same role at the Lighthouse for the Blind here in Seattle. I am I'd say I'm a subject matter expert in employment of people with disabilities. I've met everyone in the show today in various ways. So some folks I've known a while, some are brand new. And my fun fact, our grandson Evan, who's 3, spent the day with us Friday, and I taught him how to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," which he calls the baseball song. And my son texted me last night to say, "Thanks, Dad, for teaching Evan the baseball song. He has sung it 4,000 times this week."
That is awesome,
good.
Dr. Kirk.
And Bella Verita, let me introduce you, if I may.
Yes, please.
So Bella is quite the entrepreneur. She started selling her own homemade arts and crafts on her family lawn when she was 8. Sold some other things in high school. Became the top business broker in the state of Nevada, the youngest ever to do it, the first female to ever to do it. Not once, not twice, but thrice. She is a advocate for fighting cancer and bravely and publicly fought and defeated cancer recently. Has become an ordained minister and brings the heart to the heart of influence. Bella Verita.
Oh, thank you.
And what is your fun fact?
My fun fact for today is I will go with, I was also kissing stingrays last week in Grand Cayman. And in fact, I have made out with stingrays twice in the month of July because we took our unblinded team to Grand Cayman earlier in the month and then went back with the family. And definitely, and then I will also share the fun fact that Patrice, after visiting Stingray City, then I went scuba diving in Ray's bedroom. Do you know what Ray's bedroom
No, no, I don't know that one.
So Ray's bedroom, so in Stingray City, and then there's the coral reef, right? And then
yeah.
the wall is on the other side.
Oh,
So
yeah.
on the other side of the wall, so there's like the swim through that the stingrays can swim through, and they go to this particular area to sleep once they have gotten full on all of the tourist food that they have been fed. So we saw like 10 stingrays like buried in the sand, all asleep. And so that is my fun fact for today, Patrice and everybody.
Cool.
Good one.
Yeah.
And Dr. Kirk and everybody, are you ready? We've made some introductions, but now we're gonna have some fun, play a little game because not doctor, but Plato said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we spoke for a year. And so that's why we designed the show to be a fun game as a better way to get to know each other and stretch our superpower of influence. So Stephanie, Patrice, you are both our participants for the day. So what that means is Dr. Kirk Adams is going to play the role player, and he will be anyone you want him to be that you would like to go from hello to yes with. This could be an ideal client. It could be a partnership. A partnership offer could be, maybe you're looking for money from a donation. Whatever yes that you are seeking in the world, Dr. Kirk will play that particular character, and you'll have 3 minutes to go from hello to yes with Dr. Kirk. Now, this isn't like Wolf of Wall Street meets Boiler Room and like slam the deal, close the deal. It could be simply a yes for a longer meeting. And so, Dr. Kirk, are we going to kick it off with Stephanie or Patrice today? Your choice.
Oh, let's do alphabetical. Patrice.
Patrice. All right. Patrice, you are kicking us off. And who would you like Dr. Kirk Adams to be?
I'd like Dr. Kirk Adams to be the ideal client.
And who is your ideal client?
So the ideal client is the CFO of a large nonprofit that receives millions of dollars in grants, and they just received their first 8-figure government grant.
Ooh.
All right, Dr. Kirk, you know a thing or two
I
about
like that.
this? Yes. So Patrice, take us in.
Great.
Hello, this is Kirk.
Hi there, Dr. Adams. This is Patrice Davis. How are you?
I'm doing really well.
Okay,
We just got a big grant to fund 3 new programs, so I couldn't be better.
You know what? I'm so glad that you brought up the fact that you have this grant. You already have an idea, of course, what you're going to be using it to fund. But here's the thing. Once you get the funds, one of the things that's really important to know, that this is a government grant, not the millions of dollars you've gotten in corporate and other foundation grants. This is a government grant, so we're talking taxpayer dollars. Who do you have on your team to make sure that the organization doesn't lose money or end up having to pay the government, or even worse, end up going to jail?
Well, I am the CFO, so I'm responsible for that.
Wonderful. And how much experience would you say that you or someone on your team has in making sure that your organization can keep your grant? You've got this wonderful 8-figure grant. Who on your team has the experience to make sure that the organization is able to keep that grant?
We got an earmark for a couple $1 million back when they did earmarks like 16 years ago. And I was just new here. And as I recall, the reporting wasn't too onerous, but that's the only experience I have.
You know what? I'm so glad you brought that up because a lot has happened in 16 years. The most important thing to know is that the regulations have changed significantly. So what was allowed 16 years ago or overlooked 16 years ago definitely is not the case now. So what I'd love to do is have a conversation with you about what you may have experienced 16 years ago and why it's so important for your organization to operate differently this time around. Because, one of the things that's important to know is that, grant misuse and grant fraud and grant, abuse of those funds can actually lead to your organization losing that grant. We want to make sure that you keep the grant so that you can fund the 3 programs you mentioned. And those 3 programs are probably going to be led by people. And so we want to make sure those people stay employed. Do you have some time to meet with me to talk about, what we can do to make sure that your team can, you can stay teamed up and stay staffed up and of course be able to, accomplish everything you plan on accomplishing with those programs?
Well, Patrice, the word fraud definitely caught my attention, and we don't want to get near that. So
Yes.
I think what you just relayed to me about the different dynamics with federal grants as opposed to 16 years ago, I think we do need to talk.
Absolutely.
So if you could please reach out to my assistant who scheduled this conversation, and I'll probably have our controller in that call and
Yes.
a board member who's the chair of the finance committee.
Awesome. That would be great. And if you can also invite your chief program person, that'll be great as well.
Okay, we'll do that.
Awesome. Thank you
Thanks
so
so much.
Nice. I look forward to speaking with you and your team.
Talk soon.
Great
right.
job, Patrice. Meeting is set. We'll get to the feedbackers in just a moment. But Stephanie, who would you like Dr. Kirk Adams to be?
I would like Dr. Kirk Adams to be my Tony Robbins, and I am going to be pitching myself to be a part of their speaking tour.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. That's big shoes.
That's big shoes. All right, Dr. Kirk, you know a thing or two about Mr. Tony Robbins. Take us in.
Hello, this is Tony.
Hi, Tony. This is Stephanie D. Sanders. I met you the other day at your event, and I'm with Walk in Thought Productions. I had an opportunity to get on the phone with you, and I wanted to tell you what a wonderful, wonderful event it was. But there was one thing missing. One thing missing. You want to know what that is?
I usually don't think we miss a thing. So what did you observe?
I observed that you are missing me. You are missing me. You do not have any females on that platform. And I know that I am the one to bring it when I come out there. And I have such a wonderful way of presenting the speeches on resilience and so forth. And I also like to have different levels to what I do, not one dimensional, but being able to tap into all of those senses that people have. And I felt that I would be just that one to come in the clutch and hit that last 3-pointer to take it over the top. I do believe I'm that person, and I wanted to take a moment to talk to you and maybe even come in and speak with you and let you know some of the ideas I wanted to see about implementing and being a part of your speaking tour.
Well, Stephanie, you probably can imagine I get contacted by literally thousands of people who want to be on a Tony Robbins stage. And I took this call because you appeared on my friend Sean Callaghan's Heart of Influence.
Absolutely.
And he referred you and asked me to take the call. So could you, and believe me, I've heard it all as far as what people want to do on the stage. If you could give me maybe 30 seconds of actually description of what you do. I saw a little bio, I saw actress, I saw singer, I saw author, I saw motivational speaker. What would you want to do with the 10 minutes on the stage?
Well, with what I do for the 10 minutes would be a culmination of all of those things mixed together. That's the dimensions that I want to take people through. It's like when I do acting and they take you from one extreme to the next, to the problem, solving it, all the action, and then coming out with a conclusion. That's the type of level that I want to take you on that journey, just like I was an actress, because I actually incorporate those things into the speeches that I have. So it takes things to a whole different level when I actually do the speech. And I was like, ooh, Tony, I'm going to blow it out of the water for you. And you can't even imagine what I have ready to offer with you guys. That's why it would be a wonderful connection.
Well, Stephanie, I don't actually do the programming. A little secret, I have people who do that. So I would like you to send me a resume, a video clip, whatever you would want me to share with my team, and I will arrange for you to be in contact with them. And I really appreciate your time, your passion, your authenticity, and I will thank my friend Sean for referring you. You have a great day.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I will get it right out to you very soon. Thank you.
Great job, Stephanie. I agree. More women need to take that stage for sure. So we'll get to our feedbackers in just this moment. So feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. So we're going to give 30 seconds of feedback for either Patrice or Stephanie, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then what is one word of how like they left you feeling? Inspired, intrigued, confused, like whatever that one word is that they left you feeling. And let's start with David. And David, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Patrice, please?
Thank you. Well, Patrice, one of the first things in her intro, she listened. She didn't argue. She expanded. She informed. And in going through that, I think she asked for us an appointment, she did it respectfully, softly. She put it out there. She was informative. She was focused. She was confident, but she was respectful. And I think that true self just came out in a very, not just positive, but genuine. No BS, no nothing, no waste of time, is all right there.
Beautiful. And so, David, what's your one word on how Patrice left you feeling?
Respectful.
Respectful.
Yeah.
Love it, David.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And let's go, Bill. Bill, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Stephanie, please?
I would say, Tony, you need to get Stephanie on the show. She on the stage. She did such a great job in selling herself, which I think is sometimes the hardest thing to sell. It's so much easier to sell a product, to sell an offering, but selling yourself, you're really putting yourself out there. And I think Stephanie did it in a way that came across as genuine and exciting, but she also had this underlying theme about you need to have more women on the stage. And that's a reason to believe that she would be a good fit. And the fact that she identified that gave Tony some reason to kind of really think about who he's got on his stage. I thought that was a critical and key piece of information and reason to believe that she communicated.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that, Bill. Beautiful feedback. And your one word on how Stephanie left you feeling?
Inspired.
Inspired. Beautiful job, Stephanie. And let's go, Ellen. Ellen, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Patrice, please?
Would help if I remember the mute button. So for Patrice, I really liked that you first called out the whole idea of the legal compliance, because that really is very important when you're talking about government funding. And maybe I'm already going to be skipping ahead, but what I missed a little bit in the delivery is just some of the passion that Stephanie shows in order to really grab somebody's attention, and there's just no way they can say no. So just a little bit more of that passion and that energy, I think, in the delivery might help grab somebody's attention a little faster.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for that, Ellen. And what's the one word that you would use that left Patrice, how Patrice left you feeling?
One word, that's a hard one. I want that phone call because of the legal aspect. I guess. Legal concerns.
Legal, she left with.
Concerns.
Often, thank you for that.
We call that energetic transference, Ellen, in unblinded speak.
Yes.
as you want to transfer your authentic energy.
Yes, 100%.
To the other person, heart to heart.
Thank you for that, Dr. Kirk. And speaking of Dr. Kirk, don't mute yourself yet, because now it's your turn for your 30 seconds of feedback for Stephanie, please.
I love I'm the person to take the 3-point shot to win the game. So my Michael Jordan is what you left me feeling. And I thought you were I thought you were very confident, and a performer who's going to capture a stage and capture an audience needs to be confident. So I thought you hit that 3-point shot. So it's my feedback.
Hitting that 3-point shot. And Dr. Kirk, your one word on how Stephanie left you feeling.
Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic. Thank you, Dr. Kirk. And Dr. Kirk, you know what time it is.
Yeah.
This is the time in the show that I usually have the honor and the privilege of putting my co-host, Mr. Sean Callaghan, on the hot seat. But today, since he's not here and he's in the emergency room with his father, Dr. Kirk, you have the honor and the privilege of putting me on the hot seat in a scenario that I have no idea about, and I'm sure you've been thinking about it. And wait, before we actually do that, I'm going to give you another moment to think about it because I just remembered, Dr. Kirk, I actually got some feedback from our participants from Leia, our AI bot that we created to score influence. So should I reveal what Leia had for Patrice and Stephanie?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. So Patrice and Stephanie, we have a agent called Leia that has been programmed in the unblinded formula that Sean created. He's got 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, the only one of 2 attorneys to have 2 top 100 national jury verdicts. He raised $10 million for charity in 2 years. So he's got a little formula for influence, and we fed that into Leia, and now Leia scores on this influence. And so I get to read how Leia scored you guys. So first for Patrice. Patrice, you stepped in with elegant command, poise, presence, and powerfully grounded in truth. Your transition from rapport to pain was fluid, and the way that you framed the threat of grant fraud as a wake-up call without alarmism was masterful. The urgency was vivid yet compassionate. Your unique heroic identity glimmered as it fiercely stood for the programs and people that funding would serve. A small note, the repetition of 16 years ago hovered a bit long, like a drum beat that wanted to shift to a crescendo. Tightening there could bring a little bit more room for depth in their why and stakes. A line that grant-powered spark. Let's vault into the next galaxy of integrity. And yes, and your unblinded score is 122 out of 130. So thank you for that. And then next we've got Stephanie. Stephanie, you came in like a Broadway spotlight. Bold, electrified, and unmistakably you. Your line, "You are missing me," was a mic drop moment, audacious and playful, while naming an important truth with clarity and grace. The basketball metaphor, a slam dunk of confident vision. You painted yourself as the clutch player who finishes strong, and the emotional energy was tangible. Too refined, early pacing got slightly lost in the glitter. A bit more anchoring in Tony's world before lifting off might have deepened the gravity of your ask. And oh, did you sing it true? The stage may not have known it needed you, but it does now. The score, 117 out of 130. Great job, Stephanie. Great job, Patrice. And now, Dr. Kirk, I am ready for you.
Okay. You are going to be speaking with Michael Jordan, since Michael Jordan came up today.
Oh.
And you are going to talk with him about bringing Stephanie onto his stage for his annual fundraiser.
Okay, I love it. And who would you like to play the role of Michael Jordan?
Let's have Bill be Michael Jordan today.
Bill, are you up for playing the role of Michael Jordan today?
Said something earlier about a 3-point shot. I don't know if I can make that or not, but I'll give it my best.
All right, let's do it. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, is this Mr. Jordan?
This is, but feel free to call me Michael.
Well, thank you so much, Michael. This is Bella Verita. Your team had scheduled scheduled us actually for a call on behalf of a client of mine, Stephanie Sanders. Does that ring a bell?
Right, I remember the call, and I'm trying to remember. Stephanie has an acting background. Is that right?
Yes, speaking, and your team scheduled us a call because you have an annual fundraiser coming up, yes?
Yes, right. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I remember now.
Well, thank you so much for taking this call, and I won't take too much of your time. If it makes sense, we'll schedule a little bit longer of a call. But Michael, let me ask you, what caused you to, start getting into fundraising? First of all, I watched the movie Air. Absolutely phenomenal. The deal that your mom negotiated and everything that you've done with Nike and your desire to want to pay things forward is incredible. And if you could just share with me, this annual fundraiser, what is it about for you?
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, everybody knows me in the basketball world, and I've spent a lot of my life really reaping the rewards of that. The last several years, I entered the NASCAR world, and I'm a team owner now, and that's broadened my vision of sort of the folks that know me and admire me, and I want to use that influence to reach out to people across the board. There's so many people in need here in this country, from basketball fans to NASCAR fans, and so looking for somebody who's really going to reach out and move people is really key for what I'm looking for in a fundraiser speaker.
And when you say move people, what is it that you want to cause them to do? Because obviously, it's a fundraiser, so you're wanting to raise funds. Anything else that you're looking for when you're thinking about what kind of speaker that you want to choose for your event? Anything in particular that you're looking for?
I'm really looking for an influencer, so somebody who can, read the audience, and we're going to have a lot of folks with some deep pockets there. So read that audience and try to just connect with them and get them to see my vision for what we're going to do with the funds and help me get there.
Beautiful. Well, Bill, if I could, so I'm understanding that you're looking for an influencer, but what more importantly, you're looking for someone who can cause people to reach into their pockets and write checks. And that is that what I'm hearing?
That's what it comes down to. I want them to have a good time, but I want them also to feel motivated to give. Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well,
Yep.
Bill, if I could, I'd like to share a little bit about my client Stephanie with you, and if it makes sense, we'll schedule a little bit longer of a conversation.
Sounds good. Yeah, I don't have too much time, so yeah, let's get to it.
Perfect. Well, first of all, Stephanie is an award-winning actress, singer, songwriter, serves as a CEO, definitely has some influence nature, but she was also recently on a show called The Heart of Influence with Bella Verita and hosted by Sean Callagy, although he wasn't on the show, but got connected into their world. And Sean has actually raised more money for charities on stage than anybody else. He's gotten people to write $1 million checks from stage. And Stephanie, by being on the show, has access to this formula that we use called sustainable giving that causes people to not just reach in their pockets for any particular reason, but really get connected with the cause, and through what we call sustainable giving, get something back. And because of that model that we have shared with Stephanie, and Stephanie's spoken on many stages. She's a TV host, done a lot of things in the entertainment industry, so I think she'd connect with your audience. However, through sustainable giving, we have raised in 2 hours, we have raised $2.5 million for charities, variety of charities. Does that sound like something that would interest you and someone you would like to have on your stage?
Yeah, I think, yeah, let's get the process going. Let's have you connect with my team on that. And yeah, and you mentioned someone else named Sean. Is he available? We may want to talk to him too.
And he, definitely, if you have more than one, if you need the access for more than one speaker, most definitely. And we find that a lot of organizations have a lot of male speakers, and we definitely like to bring females to the forefront. So if you're looking to have Sean, it will be a package deal with Sean and Stephanie. If that's something you're open to, we could definitely have a conversation. How does that sound?
Yeah. Well, let's make Stephanie our priority, and then we'll think about Sean too. Yeah, because
Perfect.
we could use more women on stage for sure.
All right, let's do it.
Right. Okay.
Great job. Thank you, Bill. And I'll come to you in just a moment. Stephanie, how did I do as your agent in the speaker space for Michael Jordan's event?
I think you did great in the very beginning. And at the very last portion of it, right in the middle was a little bit slow, because he had to say, okay, well, let's get around to it because I only have a little bit of time. So it was like, okay, I was waiting on it. Just, come on, pitch me. So I was trying to kind of get it to move a little bit faster because I know a lot of people like this, and celebrities and so forth, they have like that much time. So we have to try and jump in and capture their attention, and then, like people say, being authentic and letting them know who we are and what we're there and want to
Yeah.
do.
And I appreciate that feedback so much, Stephanie. And I do want to share with everyone, we affirmatively train against pitching because nobody really wants to be pitched. It's like, if I'm like, oh, I'm going to pitch your mom, it's like, ooh, it's kind of gross. And so we really teach building emotional rapport and getting to that yes with integrity. And that's what I was modeling there in that demonstration as to, how can we be of service? And when it comes to people wanting to, especially in the fundraising space, and this is something that everybody could take away, is, people aren't looking for just a great speaker. As Bill, when he was playing Michael Jordan, they want the person on stage who's going to cause people to reach into their pockets and write checks. And typically people will want to just share their story, like, and share the story. If we've raised a lot of money for human trafficking, and people think like, oh, if you get some people, some women that have been trafficked and get them up there to tell their story, then that's going to cause people to reach into their pockets. And it's really not. Right? It's what are they going to get back from that donation that they're making? How does this make sense for them? We have all seen those commercials about, puppies and children on TV, and how often does that actually cause you to write a check? But if there's a model of sustainable giving and they're going to get something back, and we understand what it is that they want for their audience, then we can deliver that. So thank you so much for that, Stephanie. And Bill, how was that for you?
It was good. Yeah, again, I probably gave you a lot more time than Michael Jordan would have given you. But yeah, I felt like you did a solid job of telling me about why Stephanie would be a good fit, and playing to what really is going to drive my decision. Is she going to be able to help me raise money? And that was the key thing, I think, that's going to sell the engagement.
All right. Well, I absolutely agree. Thank you so much for that, Bill. And let's go, David. And let's go there. Bill, how was your experience overall on the Heart of Influence?
It was fun. The hour just flew by. I can't believe it's already an hour. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. And Stephanie, how was your overall experience on the Heart of Influence?
I thought it was very interesting, great to meet the people, and the role playing really helps you to think, past what you already know. So I enjoyed that. And like you said, the time just flew by.
It does, doesn't it? Crazy. Thank you so much, Stephanie. And let's go, David. David, how was your time on the Heart of Influence?
Well, I really learned a lot. I learned, especially, I'm beginning to understand, being my first time, about structuring a conversation and using that energetic transference that Dr. Kirk calls it. I think is just really cool. It kind of puts a structure to a lot of things that I tried being myself genuinely on calls and with people in person. But I'm realizing there's a structure to this, and I'm really excited about learning more.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, David, and we look forward to doing more with you as well. So thank you for being here. And let's go, Ellen. Ellen, how was your time with us today on the Heart of Influence?
I had a great time, and I just want to thank everybody for inviting me. It was definitely a learning hour, and just hearing everybody else and the way that they provided feedback and the way that they did their role play. It's definitely a very interesting and hour full of learning. And I'm glad you didn't call on me because I'm not a sports fan. So I really wouldn't have been very good, Michael or me, Michaela.
That is awesome. Well, thank you, Ellen. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go, Patrice. Patrice, great job in the participant seat, kicking us off. Not always easy to do, but phenomenal job. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence? Oh, you're on mute, Patrice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was going to say it was really a really good experience with everything from us connecting before we started recording to the wonderful feedback everyone had to offer, and even learning more about connecting with people energetically, even in let's call it I don't want to call it a sales conversation, but let's call it that for the sake of this. So I do think that was a really good lesson for me. Thank you.
Well, thank you for that and receiving that, Patrice. Thank you so much. And Dr. Kirk, your final on your Heart of Influence. Oh, you just muted yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Just always grateful that you and Sean have created this platform and you let me use it once a month. And I think I did my first one 5 years ago, in July of 2020. And just met so many great people, brought so many great people together, and I'm just grateful that you allow me this opportunity every month. And I really appreciate everyone who joined in and participated so authentically.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Kirk, it is always fantastic to do the show with you. And I think, I feel like it's our last 3 or 4 shows. Sean has had some sort of emergency. So I'm not even sure we need him anymore for your show, but maybe we'll let him back at some point.
Let's let him earn his keep.
We'll let him earn his keep. But Dr. Kirk, thank you so much for letting me co-host with you. Thank you for co-hosting with me today. And for everyone, especially those who said like, oh, I'd like to do more. I'd like to learn more. There is a formula and you can have access to that formula, and the team put a few gifts in the chat for you. Dr. Kirk will also make sure you get them. You should also get an email after the show with these, but these are gifts for thanking you for being with us today. First of all is the Group Influence book. That is the formula that we use here today. That is the formula that Sean used to go from Hello to Yes to get on stages such as Lee Steinberg. He's spoken on Tony Robbins' stage 18 times, as a matter of fact, Stephanie. So you can definitely download that guide in the chat. And you all have been offered an opportunity to speak with one of our actualizers. I would definitely take them up on that, because what we are doing in the AI space and how they can take what we've done here and what you're doing in your business and give you a plan of influence, all at no cost. There's nothing that is pitched to you on that call. So it would definitely take us up on that call. And all those links are in the chat. Again, Dr. Kirk will make sure you have those. And on behalf of myself and Sean and everyone at Unblinded, we'd like to thank everybody for being here. This is just the beginning of our relationship. And as we always like to say is sometimes we are all blind to the opportunities right in front of us and just learning to see. Thank you all for being here and have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Bella.